Thank everyone for coming. Some people I haven't seen in a while. I see a lot of people in airports, and I don't get a chance to see people at church a lot, but it's so good to see everyone. So good to see our advisory council, and I'm going to get into all that, but we have an amazing advisory council. We have Jenny here from the Boys and Girls Club, Dr. Simmons, Triple Simmons here, Parnell, Tim, several others in the room. If I don't call your name, Gotcha. Okay. Pam McCoy. Tonight we want to share what this is all about. 22 years ago, this is the real story. There have been many versions to what we're doing, but 22 years ago, I was living in Hawaii, and I was flying back and forth to Florida for a particular reason. And I had this idea. My uncle Jimmy had given me 10 acres of land over in Lake Wales. And I went to Dr. Jones. I've been knowing Dr. Jones since I was 9 years old, by the way. And I went to him and said, I have an idea. I want to help people who have AIDS. I want to help them transition with dignity. And he said, well, you need a business plan. Right? I'm a young man at the time. He had an assistant by the name of Ann Blunt. So I hired Ann Blunt, flew her to Charlotte to meet me at the PTL, Jim Baker's place. And I had her sit down with me and write out this business plan because she knew exactly what he liked. So I laid out the plan, took it back. They were living in Dover at the time, getting ready to move. And Miss Jones looked at me. I came late at night. Miss Jones looked at me like, why are you at my house this time of night? And well, anyway, Dr. Jones looked at me again and said, well, Chuck, this is a great idea, but you're going to need a hospital. You're going to need this, you're going to need that. And you know, he didn't say you can't do it. He was just really painting the picture of what it's going to take because he had the vision, he had been around, and I just had ambition and a vision. Well, come to find out, the 10 acres of land was just marshland. I couldn't use it anyway. My uncle just gave it to me so I could pay the taxes on it. So I ended up giving it back to him, and ended up giving it back to him, but who would know some almost 18 years later that that vision would come back around, but it wasn't about AIDS. It was about cancer. And it wasn't, we're using Dr. J, I call him Dr. J. We're using his story because it really inspired me, and I want to tell you why. During that 2.5-year period, we had 342 visits to dialysis, not including the 2 months he drove himself. 31 hospital stays, 3 or more days. 5 surgeries, including chiroplasty. That's where they had to put cement in his vertebrae to, so he wouldn't be in pain. 13 blood transfusions, 4 rehab stays, 2 long-term care stays at Carlton and John Knox Village, 33 ER visits to TGH, 11 ER visits to the University Hospital, 23 visits to Moffitt's ER, and 174 doctor's appointments. That's what happened in a 2.5-year period. It's only 365 days in a year. And that information can be verified through explanation of benefits. So anybody has ever go to a doctor, they send you an EOB explaining what you do. So always review where your money is going so you'll know what's going on. So that period of time inspired me because every day we was with him, somebody was with him going through these challenges. At dialysis, I would go and sit with him from 6 to 10. And I noticed that there were so many people in there that were cold. Of course, we got him the best blanket because, that's what he wanted. He had to have a nice blanket and he had to have some Ugg shoes and, he had to look his, he had to be himself. But he said, somebody came and said, well, where'd you get that blanket? And I said, J.C. Penney's. Ms. Jones got it from J.C. Penney's. And so one day we were just sitting around talking and Dr. J said, well, let's just get a blanket for everybody. And we went out. I think we had to go to 2 or 3 different stores, but we bought a blanket for everyone. Another story. About on 8 different occasions, we'll be here. Well, first of all, let me go back and talk about his medication for a second. He had one medication that was, I think it was about $14,000 every 10 days or something like that. very expensive. That'll wipe most people out, right? And so, I'm the social worker. Anybody knows me, I'm very, very, very aggressive and very, very assertive when it comes down to care. It's not about color, person, it's about doing the right thing. So we went to the pharmaceutical company and said, listen, we can't pay that. And they said, okay. And we were able to, through our application, we're working with insurance companies and so on and so forth, we were able to get that down to $700 every 10 days versus $14,000, right? So I started thinking about this. How many people have a social worker or a family that knows these things? How many people use their resources? Pay out all of that, their college funds and their savings, their 401k, their SEP funds, so that they can take care of their loved ones. Not many people know that the resources that you have. Another story, about 8 separate occasions, I would be in line after he would have his treatment, and we would go to the pharmacy here at Moffitt to get his medicine. And of course, he had the best insurance, and he has a few resources, so whatever his copay was, we were able to take care of that. But on 8 separate occasions, I would be in line, and I would hear the farm tech say, and if there's any farm techs in here, please learn to be courteous. When people can't afford to do something, at least say it with care, And I would hear the farm tech say, well, this is your copay. And the patient would say, I don't have that. My Medicare or Medicaid was supposed to pick it up. Well, that's not how it's ringing up. And, this is what we need. We can't give you the medication. And they would say, well, go to the social work department. Well, I'm nosy, and my social worker friend here knows this is what we do. I would follow that person from the line. I would get out of line and go to the social work department, and I wanted to see what they were going to say. And guess what they would say? It's an indictment on social workers, and I'm a social worker. The social worker would say, you need to go to the business office. Well, by this time, Ms. Jones and Dr. J are sitting down, because I'm moving I don't move that fast, but when it comes to stuff like that, I move kind of fast. So we go to the business office, and the business office says, well, do you have a church that you attend or family members that can help you? And guess what? They always say yes to church, and they said no to family. But the church can't help them. All 8 times. Well, I never would ask what their name was, but whoever had the credit card, whether it was me or Miss Jones, I think one time Dr. J did it himself, we would just buy the medicine. We didn't care what the cost was. We just paid for the medicine. And we never asked anybody what their name was. We didn't want any thank you notes, and people would try to get our name. We're like, no, here it is. This is the kind of person Dr. J was. Some of the things that you didn't know.